Today's episode is brought to you by Squarespace.
Head on over to squarespace.com/rogue. That's ROGUE. Sign up for a free trial, and when you do sign up for the service, make sure to use promo code ROGUE. Get 10% off. You'll be awesome. Murphy, what's your favorite cybercrime?
Oh man, when someone has their arm replaced with like a machete, but it's like a pneumatic machete where it can like take people's heads off and they can control it with their brain.
That's cyberpunk. That's a genre of fiction.
Oh, cybercrime. I thought you said cyborg crime.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's what this is?
5 cyber crimes.
All right, Murphy, we're talking about the 5 hugest insane cybercrimes. This comes from an article at themodernrogue.com where there are new articles every single day. This one was written by Mark Hill. Where do we begin?
I want to just talk about how staggering the numbers that are involved in these crimes.
Yeah, man. When I think of cybercrime, I think of, denial of service attacks or, which I'm sure has monetary value in terms of the opportunity cost. Like they weren't able to do business from this time to this time. But we're talking about legit ass millions of dollars, $460 million a year in cybercrime theft.
Yeah, you get taken by a Nigerian email scam and someone wipes out your life savings on a scale.
That's 0.25% of what happens.
If that, because some of these are like $80 million, $1 billion being taken from these massive organizations.
Okay, who is this group FACC?
The fake president scam.
Okay, FACC is an aerospace parts manufacturer. They fell for the fake president scam. Basically, someone pretended to be someone in their company. So it's a lot like phishing, right?
Oh, got it. So it's basically like wandering into the break room, like, everything going well, boys? Here I am, just another employee hanging out.
Exactly. Oh, hey, can you do something for me? Like transfer $56 million to this account, Mr. CEO? Now, the details on this one are scant because obviously FACC doesn't want to say, hey, here's exactly how we were ripped off.
This is how dumb we actually were.
Yeah.
So pretty much all they've admitted is some money was lost and that CEO is no longer with us.
After 17 years, they fired their CEO. Now, if you connect the dots, it really seems like someone sent the CEO a message from some department within this large company, and they said, hey, CEO, sign off on this $56 million transfer for this project.
$56 million. And I'm sure by applying things like social pressure and taking advantage of those psychological backdoors, somebody would think, well, I don't want to be embarrassed and admit I don't know what project this is.
Yeah.
But he's mentioning things that tells me that I probably approved this at a previous date. There, let's just knock that out so I can go golfing.
Exactly, and half of social engineering is really just getting people to do what you need them to do. Aside from the hacking part, you've got to gain their confidence. You have to act like this is totally normal and a great opportunity and all of the hallmarks of a con.
So what do you do after that money is sent? I know in this case it sounds like about 20% of the money was recovered. Everything else is just...
Yeah, they were able to get about 1/5 of it back. So it was like, 48 million is still just gone and they don't know who did it.
Wow.
The CEO?
Yeah, he killed himself.
Dark?
No. No.
He was fired?
Yeah, fired.
I don't know what happened after he was fired.
Oh, no. All right, so what grade do you give this fisherman? This fisherman?
Fisherman.
Fisher of men. He got away with it.
Yep. Based on the level of success?
And the lucrativeness and the fact that, we don't know how he did it. That's the only reason I can't automatically give it an A+, but this is an A. The guy did it and got away.
A.
Yeah.
Success is a big bump in the grade curve.
Yep.
Phishing for 30,000 victims.
So that was a case where you had a small team and they were targeting one high-value target. But of course, as we learned in the phishing episode, you cast a very, very wide net. Here's the amazing part. There are 3 guys in the UK that all went to jail. Just 3 guys had a massive phishing operation that had 2,600 fake websites, all designed to support their narrative.
Yeah, they targeted 30,000 people in 14 different countries and walked away with $81 million.
At least $81 million, because that's just the part that they know. That's the part that they were able to confirm.
Exactly. Like with the other scam, that one is much more targeted, so there's a single point of failure. So if it fails, you're out, and then you've got to start over somewhere within the company or even another company.
Sure.
This method is more like the shotgun effect. They're casting a really wide net, and they just send out so much spam that even if a small percentage is successful,
That's good enough.
it's gonna add up.
$81 million is a lot of money.
Yeah. And they had like 70 million new email addresses, so they were about to expand it in a big way when they were caught.
Wow. Here's the part I couldn't believe. $81 million. The guys got caught. How much time do you think they're doing?
They probably went away for what, 20 years or something like
5 to 8 years each.
that? Did they have to give the money back?
I'm sure whatever money was known, they were able to get back, but I'm sure they've got hidden accounts somewhere.
I don't want to steal from anyone, but if someone were to say, here's $81 million, you have to do 3 to 5 years.
Oh man, I'd be in there. Yeah.
Do I go now? Do I get to say bye to my family? If not, it's okay.
So these dudes, they got caught, but they created this massive operation. What kind of grade do you give them?
I think they probably got a little too greedy. It seems like it was a successful scam and they won, clearly, 81 million. They should have just stopped.
Yeah. But instead, they look to expand to 2 Canada's worth of emails.
Yes, I'm gonna say you should have quit while you were ahead.
I give them B minus.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. B minus.
I mean, if they still had the money though.
They might.
That would be they might.
Bank heisting from North Korea, maybe.
This next one is a straight up bank robbery by North freaking Korea.
Yeah, I mean, and if you can't trust a dictatorial regime with your money, who can you trust?
Okay, but this is the weird part, is they didn't rob an actual bank. They instead penetrated the SWIFT network, which is, I guess, the way all the banks internationally talk to each other. Now, actually hacking the SWIFT network would be very, very hard. In the article, he describes it as a Fort Knox inside a bigger Fort Knox. But they had a stolen password for somebody, so they were able to waltz right in and have full access to the system.
Yeah, why would you get access to a single bank when you could get access to the network that has access to all of them? So they stole it from the Bangladesh bank. But what's interesting to me here, the vulnerability was very, very small. It was one employee and they just took his password. They didn't really hack into anything.
Right.
They just got some poor bastard's password and looted $81 million.
But the funny part is they weren't even subtle about it. They came marching in the moment they had access. They tried to withdraw $1 billion. $1 billion.
That sets off some red flags.
Yes, a few flags, but even then they did manage to get $81 million, and again, they can't confirm, so it is assumed that it was North Korea, but not
we don't want to
necessarily.
cast aspersions. That's.
But it sounds like they got away with it. What do you think? I give them a solid A minus.
Yeah, they don't even know that it was North Korea. They think that they laundered it through Filipino casinos.
Yep.
And it's just gone. So 81 million, successful.
Gotta give them an A.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with A+.
A plus would be if they got the billion. That was dumb for them to try to set off all those flags by going for $1 billion.
Okay.
They should have played the long game.
Good argument. I'll give them an A. They made a lot of money. But honestly, 81 million is not a lot for a regime to steal.
No.
The scam with 40,000 ATM transactions.
So here's one. 2 Middle Eastern banks got taken for $45 million in a total of 12 hours. In 2 different instances, one 2-hour block, one 10-hour block. And the way they did it was brilliant.
Rather than hacking into the banks themselves, they hacked into the credit card processing companies and raised the limit on prepaid debit cards.
So in other words, if a prepaid debit card was for $50, then theoretically there's just a line that says, okay, stop paying out money for it.
Exactly.
But if you raise that to $500, suddenly you're able to just pop it in and make all the money,
Yeah,
right?
but what good is that if they don't have the cards themselves?
Right, so they got one of those magnetic stripe printers, basically, that we found on Amazon. And then they had hundreds of people in 27 different countries. They did a test run. They said 2 hours, everybody go to an ATM, withdraw everything you can can keep some percentage of it,
And then
send us the rest.
Wire the rest back to the masters, so to speak.
$5 million in 2 hours. So they had a success, right?
So they said,
Then
okay, this works. Let's do it a lot.
So then they go for the big leagues, and in 10 hours, they have 36,000 transactions totaling $40 million. Boom, just like that.
And they had Confederates all over the place, just
Hundreds
making
of
these
people.
transactions.
Yeah.
That's ultimately who got arrested. The masterminds, the guys behind the guys, were probably Russian affiliated. Russian gangs never got caught.
New champion. The fact that they had a clever angle to go for it, the fact that they were successful, and the fact that the big wigs got away.
Yeah,
That's some mustache twirling shenanigans.
Yeah, all of the people really committing the crimes, the most obvious ones, they got all scooped up, whereas the guys at the head of the organization,
Kaiser Soze.
yeah, what do you give it?
Oh, A++.
A++,
Yeah, this is
you
the
like
best
it?
one, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Not for the guys who thought, oh, we're part of this scam. They were all
Oh, no,
expendable.
they're chumps. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta break some eggs, right?
But if you take it to the top,
And they probably don't even have any information to report. They were like, oh, I had this phone number that the guy used to call me from, and then that's it.
yeah, I was sent a card, I used some money, I sent the rest to somebody else. Now I'm going to jail.
Whoops.
The virtual inside job.
Guess who perpetrated this one?
The Russians?
Of course it was the Russians.
But man, oh man, is it a big one. This is the single biggest financial disaster in cybercrime history. $900 million stolen from a bunch of different banks because they were patient. They penetrated the network. They got access to the bank's information.
Rather than trying to steal $1 billion in one fell swoop,
Instead, what they did is they just quietly watched business as usual for 2 months.
they blended in.
They learned idiosyncrasies, they learned the way people use language, they learned every single way to dot their I's and cross their T's so that all of their fraudulent transactions would look absolutely perfect.
Let's say you're trying to infiltrate an auto mechanic. The first time you drop a phrase, Samoflange,
Sure.
everyone's gonna know, wait a minute, I don't think Jerry's really a mechanic. So these guys just blended in. And so when they started doing things, everything looked like it was on the level.
They were also super patient. They made sure to do smaller transactions that were very humdrum, no big deal. They didn't try to pull a North Korea and try to take $1 billion all at once. They eventually got there, $900 million.
Yeah, they would take an account, inflate its value by a ton of money, and then extract that.
So you were left with the exact same number,
Yeah.
and anyone just looking was like, yeah, that's how much should be in there.
Yeah, which really reinforces the idea that money is just a shared hallucination that we all have.
Yeah, man.
It's just numbers.
Well, the crazy part is they would have gotten away with all this. They could still be doing this, except for, I don't know if it was out of boredom or curiosity, they rigged an ATM to randomly spit out money. And that was such an obvious, like, well, this isn't right, that it sparked an investigation. They're like, who authorized this? Who did that? Wait, who is this guy? What's this employee?
Yeah.
And then they unfolded that $900 million had been stolen.
You know, it was just some Fredo who was trying to get into, you know what I'm gonna do? This is gonna be awesome. He's some low-level idiot, and he's like,
you had an amazing golden goose that you had to get fancy with it.
yeah, you know that one of his bosses was like, you did what? There's an ATM that's just spitting out money?
You're like, yeah, hilarious, right?
Can you imagine the investigator looking into that and says, okay, we got an ATM that spit, wait, oh my God.
Oh, as you uncover just how big and deep the whole
Like
thing
there's
goes?
almost $1 billion
That's
US.
crazy, man. All right, A++, right? This is the grand champion.
Really clever. I gotta commend them for their patience and for the chameleon-like methodology of just implanting themselves and blending in to watch everything. That is admirable. I mean, never do that.
I was about to say.
Never do that.
You're sort of laying it on a bit thick there.
That's terrible.
Man,
Bad
we're
behavior.
we're in the wrong business. We gotta get into that cybercrime.
Or everybody's got to up their Patreon. Patreon.com/modern.
Dude, you need to drop a mixtape is what needs to happen. Jason Murphy, cybercrime freestyle rap, and go.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I don't even have that itch. What am I supposed to do in rhyming things? I don't even know what half of these words mean. I'm gonna sit here and drop some rhymes and like you do this all the time, but I'm not good at it. I can't even fathom it. I don't even know what word rhymes with fathom it.
Man, this is so much better. I thought I was laying a trap for you.
I thought you were too. But you unlocked my secret rhyming ability until it crashed and burned at the very end there.
That was amazing. So this is it, man. This is one of the last few weekends before we start massive construction at Modern Rogue HQ, and you realize what's next on the list.
Missile silo.
No.
Volcano lair?
Okay, all of those will happen here at Modern Rogue HQ, but I'm talking about our virtual presence online.
Oh, that. Yes.
Look, we built our site on Squarespace. People watched us build it live. We filled it with all this amazing content and articles. Now it's time for us to grow again. We have to have all the new videos. Scam Nation now putting out stuff more often. We need a community hub.
Yeah.
And we got to find out what they want us to put in it.
Yeah, because we can easily implement it with Squarespace. It just takes a click and drag. You don't have to know a single line of code.
Although, if you do want to hire one of those voodoo wizards,
That's how I used to do it.
Somebody has a shrunken head, shakes a talisman, does some RSS.
Guts a calf over the keyboard.
I asked the folks at home to send me modernrogueshow@gmail.com. What do you want for the community sides? You want forums? You want a place to showcase your videos? Like, how can we make this a site that is part of your daily rotation? You know how many people responded? There was a 0 in the number.
None?
Nobody responded.
Nobody?
Look, you guys gotta write us, modernrogueshow@gmail.com. The beauty of Squarespace is that it's easy to retool everything, but we have to know what the communities, what the rogues out there want us to do.
And they could be building their own sites using Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com/rogue, get 10% off your first purchase.
Yeah, and a free trial, so you can try it all out, figure out how to be a genius. You're probably already a genius, but now you'll know it.
Probably smarter than we are.
Thanks to Squarespace. All right, Jason Murphy, Cybercrime freestyle rap, and go.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I don't even have that itch. What am I supposed to do at rhyming things? I don't even know what half of these words mean. I'm gonna sit here and drop some rhymes and like you do this all the time, but I'm not good at it. I can't even fathom it. I don't even know what word rhymes with fathom it. Man!